everyone, we're here with Naomi from Super Dooper Poo. We're actually just going to have a bit of a wander around and check out her place and see what makes her poo a little bit more impressive than the others. How are you, Naomi?
I'm good, thanks, Dan.
That's all right.
Just give me a minute here. I'm just got an old girl that is impatient for breakfast. Susan,
give her a feed.
Head over. There you go, darling. She hasn't got any teeth, so she has to have a mixed meal about 5 times a day.
Yeah.
She's funny as because she'll let me know when it's time. She comes up and stands here and starts screaming her lungs out at me. She thinks I'm very well trained.
Yeah. So this is Susan. Susan's got a pretty cool story. So Naomi was just saying before that you were able to rescue her from the sale yards.
Yes.
Before.
Yes.
Because she was a little bit too young to be sold.
Yeah. And she didn't get sold at the auctions on this particular day. And I actually didn't turn up purposely because every time I go to an auction, I come home with an animal. So I timed it that the sale was well and truly over. But somebody I've known for 1,000 years was at the sale yard. He had a key that I was looking for to get through a gate. Yeah. And he came running up and he's like, get round the corner. And I'm like, I'm not going round the corner because I thought whatever's round the corner, I don't want to have to take it home. Yeah. Anyway, got round the corner and her and another old girl, Maggie Magpie, were in a water trough and a guy was drowning them because he didn't take them home. So needless to say, I quite calmly got in the water trough with him and I smacked him.
So calmly.
Yes, I negotiated the terms of the deal and came home with 2 very bedraggled and very little tiny calves. Yeah. We lost Maggie a few years ago. Maggie, they've just always been together, and Susan's found it a bit hard. She's grieved for a long time. Maggie's over there, and Susan often goes and lays very close to Maggie's grave. She'll spend all day laying there, but she's not clearly not wanting for too much. She's got a big tumour which is inoperable, so it'll be what takes her out. It's just a day-by-day thing. But yeah, she gets fed, she's rugged, she's pretty weird. Everybody drives down the street to look at the only cow in the nation that gets rugged.
With a rug. Yeah.
She's got nearly as many rugs as the horses. She's got her horns, which everybody's quite frightened by, but in 25 years, she's never used them on me. Yeah. And I figure if I annoy her enough that she needs to use her horns, I probably deserve it.
Fair enough.
She's a beautiful girl. She's just a beautiful
25-year-old,
beautiful lady.
Eh?
Oh, she's going to be sorely missed when she goes.
I bet.
I'll be a blubbering idiot.
So basically, essentially from an animal lover, that's where Super Dooper Poo's come from, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been a pretty interesting journey. I really just started off composting these 2 girls' poo and playing around because I'm always playing around with stuff. Is it better than horse poo? Is it worse than horse poo? It obviously doesn't take as long as horse poo. So from there, I ended up about 13 years ago, bought a big block of land, and again, I got to the point where all the neighbours had just had soft spot for certain cows and found it really hard to put them on the truck. Yeah. So they'd say, do you want my old girl? And old being 8. And I'm like, that's not old. I can show you a couple of oldies. And so I ended up with a heap of cows. And again, being an animal lover, I can't put them on the truck either. So I've got a few old girls out there that are in their 20s, not quite as 25, but early 20s, which just, will be around forever and a day. I've got a couple of old bulls that people just couldn't quite, put on the truck. So from there, and then I thought, I've got all these cows and I'm composting manure and I'm using it at my place and I'm using it here at Mum's. And then I thought, okay, I've got probably too many cows not to start to take this seriously. So about 13 years ago when I bought the block and I got all these cows really quickly, started to compost the poo in a big way. I didn't have the numbers I have now, but just started from there. I got excited if I sold 10 bags in a week. Yay!
Doing something. Well, let's talk about more about that in the podcast because I really want to go into detail with that. So you have to make sure you check it out. And
So cows can get to 25. I've gotten one to 28.
Yeah, yeah.
Old girl got to 28. She was an old girl from about the age of 11. Her name really was Ida, but we just called her the old girl because we thought 11, they can't get much older than that. Yeah, no, they can. We got her to 28.
That's unreal.
She had her own stable.
Yeah.
She insisted she have a stable.
Stabled cows.
Yeah.
So,
28's the number we're trying to beat, but I don't think poor old Susan's going to make it with that tumour. But she's beautiful.
She's gorgeous.
She's just beautiful. I love her to death.
she's been so placid the whole time.
Oh,
We've been here.
this
gorgeous.
is Susan. She's a really quiet girl. She's lovely.
Naomi, can you just tell us a little bit about what's happening here?
Yep, sure. So it's kind of a before and after. So this is kind of how I pick the poo up.
Yeah.
And then it takes about 13 months or so of turning it over, keeping it wet. There's a fair bit of work goes into it. People sort of think I just somehow magically wave my wand and it ends up looking like a finished product, but it kind of starts off like that. The stuff that's on the top will end up going into the next pile in underneath because it doesn't sort of break down as well. But I get into that with the water and a shovel and turn it all over.
Yeah.
This is a really little example of it. We just brought, a mate brought a truckload over, he just brought the wrong stuff.
Right.
So I thought, it's all right, don't panic, I'll just do it here instead of out on the farm.
Yeah.
And then after about 13 months or so, it ends up looking like this stuff over here.
That's it.
And it's kind of funny because...
Quite an amazing transformation.
Yeah, it's phenomenal, yeah. And it's fended up really fine. Which it's not normally quite that fine, but this time around compost, it's weird depending on the time of the year, and it kind of predicts the weather a little bit. Last time it went really fine on me like this, so to me twice was 2008, 2011.
Floods.
Wet summers. So I'm kind of thinking, I don't know, I'm not going to make the prediction, but I kind of have a funny feeling because people think I'm really weird when I say, oh, the compost is telling me it's going to be a wet summer.
Yeah.
I kind of have a gut feeling that it might be a wet summer again this time because the only time it's ever gone like that was those 2 summers.
Those 2 years. Well, there
So
you go.
I guess wait out and see.
Oh, you heard it here first.
Yeah. I could become the long-range forecaster
right.
after that old fella's finally left the bomb as their really good long-range forecaster. But yeah, it's just really weird. And it's sometimes it'll end up being quite clumpy.
Yep.
And I just think I'll say to people, just go with me because there's a reason why the compost has gone clumpy, and they'll put it on and we'll get like a lot of rain or we'll get no rain or whatever it is. The compost is sort of always seems to be ahead of the weather.
Seasons.
Yeah, it's funny, but yeah, that's it. It's
it's all connected and it all works in well together. So.
Look, as I said before, Mother Nature knows what she's doing. We just got to get out of the way and just go with what she gives us and be happy with it. So that's the end product. This time it might look a little different next time and a little different the time after, but it just all seems to work.
All right, so brilliant. So come and grab your bags.
Yes, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, a lot of shoveling.
Yeah, I bet. All right, awesome. No
worries.
Thank you so much.
No, fine.
Really
No
appreciate
worries.
it.
Thank you. Had a great time.
Great. See you next time.
See ya.